This is the Redmi 13C. Now it runs on the same processor as its predecessor, the Redmi 12, and based on that alone you might say, oh well, it's just another Redmi device, same old. But that's not quite the case. As much as the Redmi 13C holds some similarities in specifications to the Redmi 12C, it is actually a much better device, at least in the user experience it offers. For starters, it looks a lot better. I'd say even a more mature design than what we saw on its predecessor. I dare say even much better looking than most of the recent Redmi phones, the Note 12 series included. But that might just be my opinion, you're free to disagree. But you definitely can't dispute the fact that it looks so much better than the 12C. However, it's not all about design. How does it do in terms of user experience? The Redmi 13C is an improved device over the previous generation in a lot of ways, which might seem minor, but altogether makes for a much better user experience. But that does not mean it's a perfect budget device though. It has its flaws and we are going to talk about them. For now, let's start with the fact that Xiaomi with their Redmi series continue to offer devices at really affordable price points with great value, and this is one of them. The 13C has a starting price of about 98,100 Naira in Nigeria, and that is less than $100. This is for the 4GB version. You get 6 or 8GB RAM option with the base storage being 128GB. That is significantly better than the 12C, which I think had as low as 2GB of RAM and 32GB of storage for their base version. One thing I found interesting about the Redmi 13C, which might not actually be significant, is the box it comes in. If Redmi wasn't written on it, you probably wouldn't have known it's a Redmi device. It's quite unconventional from Redmi as it doesn't really carry the branding we're used to. It's a red and white box, within which you will find the Redmi 13C and its accessories. No case, no earphones, just a USB cable and a 10W charger which will charge your phone quite slow. The device actually supports 18W fast charging, but Redmi says you should be grateful you got 10W instead of nothing like some other brands. As I mentioned earlier, the design is a major area the Redmi 13C has seen improvements over the 12C. Now you notice it now has a flat design profile and the fingerprint scanner has been moved to the power button. That's a much better position. You'll also notice we finally have USB-C. The Redmi 13C comes in about 3 colors if I'm correct. Probably 4, but I think for this region we only get 3. The black has a matte finish, not sure about the other ones, but the clover green, which is what I have here, is glossy. Not my favorite finish for a smartphone, but I couldn't pass up this color, it looks awesome. Turning to the display, you'll notice we now have a U-notch design, which in my opinion is better than the V-notch. Although a punch hole would have looked the best, but you really can't be that selective at this price point. Still speaking of the display, it now has high refresh rate of 90Hz. This gives a much better experience than the 12C, which came with 60Hz. By default it is set to automatically switch, but I had to set it to custom 90Hz always because while I had it on the default, it was not as smooth. The display of the Redmi 13C, while looking good for its price, is not really a bright one, so you might want to keep your expectations low for outdoor use. It is 6.74 inches in size and has a resolution of 720p. The specs sheet say it has Gorilla Glass. I would have loved to confirm, but we don't do drop tests on this channel, we'll leave that for the experts. The Redmi 13C comes with Android 13 and MIUI 14 out the box, and so far it has worked just fine. It still comes with a lot of bloatware applications and you will still get some unsolicited notifications from bloatware apps, but you can definitely block these notifications and uninstall those unwanted apps, or disable them if you don't see the uninstall option. While the base version comes with 4GB of RAM and is more affordable, I really recommend going for the 6GB. It will be able to handle more when you start installing a lot of apps. I say this because recently I came across someone with a 4GB version of the Redmi 12 and it was struggling to operate fine. For those wondering, there is no second space for the Redmi 13C, and it also lacks some core MIUI features like split screen multitasking. While we get 90Hz refresh rate here on the 13C, it really is not the smoothest out there, but for its price you can hardly complain. That aside, day-to-day usage has been pretty good for a phone of this category. I've used it for calls, texting, and it does just fine. No issues with network reception either with mobile data or with Wi-Fi. No delayed notifications as is common with some Redmi phones. The processor here is a MediaTek Helio G85. Now while it can be considered old, I'd say it has actually aged fine, and it's more than enough for a phone of this category. It is well optimized and handles your expectations as long as they are not above the norm for a budget to entry-level device. When it comes to gaming, you normally want to keep your expectations low because devices at this price point are not really the best for gaming. Just bear in mind that the Redmi 13C will be capable of handling your favorite games at low graphics settings, and if pushed to the limit, say gaming for hours, expect a couple of lags. Call of Duty Mobile will allow you go for a graphics setting of medium and high frame rate. The default is set to low, which is pretty much recommended if you want to experience the smoothest the device has to offer. Battery life has been pretty solid here, as has always been with budget smartphones. You'll find it to last you at least a day of use on a full charge. Pretty much meet the expectations of a 5000 mAh battery. With its 10 watts charger, it will take quite some time to charge if fully drained. You are looking at somewhere close to 3 hours. You can of course shorten that time by getting an 18 watts charger, as it actually supports 18 watts fast charging. In the camera department, we see the same rear configuration as we had on the Redmi 12C, except for the addition of a 2 megapixel macro camera, which you might probably not also use. Selfie camera is improved to 8 megapixels. For budget phones like this, the cameras are not a strength, and you might want to stick to the best lighting conditions to get good results. The Redmi 13C does a fine job of taking pictures as long as the lighting is right. It actually did better than I expected. I like the colors and the level of detail. And all of this is taken with the default mode without enabling 50 megapixels. The skin tone on human subjects though could use a little bit more consistency. It does fine with HDR. Selfies do not have the best color representation, but it does a fairly okay job. It is capable of shooting videos at 1080p resolution and 30 frames per second. There is no stabilization, so you might want to maintain really steady hands if you need to take a shot, not even software stabilization. In terms of design, Redmi nails it with the 13C. Performance-wise, it might not seem like much of an upgrade from the 12C, but it's definitely one of the top devices I can recommend for its price. It gets the much needed improvements we wanted from the 12C, a 90Hz display, well-positioned fingerprint scanner, USB-C, and of course, better design. Now this might not be enough to upgrade from the 12C, but it is definitely enough to place it as one of the best, if not the best budget phone for its price. Would you buy a Redmi 13C, or do you already own one?